Yo. Okay, we gotta talk about this, man. I love this record. See how that beat gets in you? Make love to your eardrum type shit. Yo, it's the NAS, man. Yes. Fucking classic. What am I do today? There's gotta be a better way. Maintain his rights of fame. Life's like a dice game. Okay, let me pause this for a second. I got a lot to talk about, man. I love this record. I've always loved this record. I mean, this is a song I've been knowing about this record. So it's really fascinating that Nas would actually update it. Because, you know, hip-hop is old enough now where it's kind of like... it's really interesting as an older person. I'm not even that old, but as an older person to listen to this, you know, this genre, because it's like sort of things that were said like 20 years ago are like now revealing themselves now. And it's fascinating, you know, like jokes. It's almost like some shit that was said like 30 years ago now, like someone is addressing it and shit like that. And you've always wondered like, what's the actual outcome of this or what, you know, that kind of thing in hip hop. So it's really fascinating and it's great to see Nas actually finally finish this shit, you know, because like when I finish this shit, it's sure to be a hit. Thanks. I love that shit. Listen, you know, it's interesting because I've read comments online, of course, from casuals who don't know what they're talking about. Talking about, oh, you know, Nas, he has bars. He's not really a charismatic guy. But he doesn't make music that makes you dance. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't know what you're talking about, man. Like, Nas has a lot of great records, man. And they're all charismatic. Like, listen to Life is Like a Dice Game. That's not an average dude's kind of music, man. That's some real charismatic shit. You know what I'm saying? You could throw that up and just be like, you know, Life's Like a Dice Game. Yeah, it's not like, you know, it's not going to go on Billboard Hot 100. That's what you guys don't understand. I'm trying to try to tell y'all. Life is Like a Dice Game is a hip-hop hit. It was never on Billboard. I have no idea what it charted, if it ever got released. It wasn't even released officially. But if you listen to hip-hop, if you are a hip-hop fan, chances are you know about Life is Like a Dice Game. That's the whole point. It's a hip-hop hit. I'm only interested in hip-hop hits. I don't care what casuals like. What casuals like, so, you know, sometimes you'd be like, oh, you like that? Oh, okay. But it's not like I'm going to judge your hip-hop greatness because of what some casual likes. Like, I don't give a fuck about them. They don't know. They don't even listen to this culture. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, this Nas shit, fucking classic. And that whole tape, there's like a pre-Illmatic thing that kind of came out on internet. Understanding is another one of my joints. I love this shit. It's my joint. I listen to this shit while I'm cooking. I'm in the kitchen right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen to Nas all the time, man. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, if you can't make music that does this type of shit, you know what I mean? You're a lyricist, you can't make shit that people play all the time, whether it be, you know, they're at home chilling in the club, whatever. Your shit is whack. In the street life, God. Look how he's rapping. Long distance. Classic. So I love that kind of shit, right? And Nas, like I said, the thing for me of why he's arguably my favorite rapper ever, is there's two things that I really love about Nas. Obviously, I love his voice and his rhymes, but I would say this. I think what makes Nas so fascinating to me is that he's the perfect bridge between sort of like this intellectual, almost middle class kind of dude and the streets. It's like a really interesting mix. There's not very many rappers that are like that. And my point is that, so Nas has the charisma and the respect and the circumstance to speak on street shit, but he does it from a place that is smart and intellectual and makes sense. So when you're listening to it, you're like, huh, okay, I want to hear more. Listen, my father likes Nas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I play hip-hop all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'll be chilling with my dad, and sometimes he'll listen and he'll be like, what is that? Who is that? I'm like, that's Nas. He'd be like, oh, I like that kid. And then after a while, like, you know, as I'm playing shit, he recognizes right away, because there's something about Nas's vocal tone that just gets you. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that again, when I've talked about rappers being trash, it's all in the vocal tone, man. Anyway. You know, I can hum, I can whistle to this shit. Like, it's just a beautiful beat, man. So, we've got this new one. Let's talk about the new one, right? And I'm gonna look at my notes real quick since you guys want to know what I think. It's forgettable. You know, it's forgettable. You'll never play this again. It's you know, it's a niche sort of novelty song for its audience. It's for the new cats. It's for the people that weren't up on Life is Like a Dice game like that. And it's forgettable. Now, listen, did I ask for the song? No. Am I mad that it came out? No. I mean, at the end of the day, Nas just put it out. You know, it's like something he was fucking around with, I guess, or whatever he has plans for it. It's cool. I didn't pay for it. So I guess I can't really complain. With that said, I do think that, you know, if I look at my notes here, that Cordae and Gibbs were mediocre as usual because they're mediocre rappers. These guys are trash rappers. You know, like I said, man, I have a pretty high bar. Not a ridiculously high bar, I would say. But to me, in terms of rap, where I start to get really impressed by what you're saying lyrically, you kind of have to be Mike Geronimo level to me. Because Mike Geronimo, I've said this before, but Mike Geronimo is an average rapper to me, right? Like, pen-wise. Like, he's not horrible. He's not great either. He's just kind of, you know, a C, right? In terms of what I've heard in hip-hop, right? Overall. And so when I look at these guys and I'm like, your shit is not even Mike Geronimo level. And of course, vocally, you're not even fucking with Mike Geronimo. You're below that. You're in the D, F range. You're trash, right? Cordae spits some fucking backpacker after school special ass rhymes that, like, I don't even remember what he was saying. You know, hey man, gotta look out for the sun. It's a better tomorrow. You know, yay, let's hug in a rainbow. You know, generic shit. I don't remember what the fuck he said. Gibbs was on some, you know, when I was flipping raw, whatever. I mean, again, that's hipster shit. That's for the casuals. I know who Gibbs really, you know, aims his music at. They like that stupid, goofy shit, like the Wes Anderson ass, like, hey, I sell drugs, but I'm like a goofy white dude underneath. You know what I mean? Fuck out of here. So that's that. Nas, of course, to me was the best part. I mean, of course, because of the fact that he kind of, you know, recounted the history and said, hey, this was a record from 93. And also, I like that flip where he changed peace to my seed and thanks for her birth, Destiny, that's her name. And he kind of mentioned peace to my son. I like that. He added, you know, the fact that he has a son now. And it's cute. Again, this is stuff that it's just hip-hop lore, right? You grew up with it, and it's nice to kind of see somebody add more to the story, the Nas story, right? So, of course, Nas had the best part. You know, it's not like he spent anything crazy. For Nas himself, you know, if you were to rank that verse compared to all the stuff Nas has ever spit, I mean, it's obviously average or below average. Let's be honest here. But it's not whack, and it's certainly the best part of the whole song, right? You know, the thing is, I look... At the end of the day, man, this boom bap shit is eternal. You know, like, people can sit here and diss boom bap. I've had Gibbs stands in the comments diss boom bap. Boom bap sucks. But you hate Freddie Gibbs. Boom bap sucks. And it's like, okay, all right. So listen, you hate boom bap, but you know, you like Freddie Gibbs. And then, of course, when I continue to say that Freddie Gibbs is trash, these same trolls are gonna be like, but Nas likes him. Get the fuck out of here, man. You think Nas is really listening to Cordae and Gibbs and being like, yo, I want you on this record. You guys are so ill. I need your voices on this record. Nah. The reason why these bullshit artists are even on that song is because of Hit Boy. And Hit Boy, to me, honestly, someone's gotta, you know, tell a Hit Boy to stop making these garbage ass generic beats. Okay? This beat is way worse than the Easy Mo B version. It has no swing, it has no soul, the shit is dull as fuck. It sounds stiff. You know what I'm saying? And this is the point. Like, Hit Boy somehow, I guess, has become Nas's guy. I don't know what the story is. We'll never find out the real story, I'm sure. I don't know how the fuck Hit Boy became, you know, the Nas producer of this like last year or so. But of course, you know, they're chasing props. Hit Boy's chasing props, and so is Cordae, and so is Freddie Gibbs. Because again, Hit Boy's like, look, listen, I got this Nas song, man. You wanna be in legendary air? You gotta rap on it. You know what I'm saying? And this is the thing. I've always said this, right? Like that bugs me with hip hop now is that the chasing props and the clout chasing is obviously at a whole nother level. I mean, it just wasn't really like this back in the day. It really wasn't. If a person was whack on a song, we'd be like, that person's whack on a song, right? Like, back then, it wasn't like, oh, you rapped with somebody, so therefore you're ill. Because we would say, you rapped with so-and-so, but your verse was trash. Like, we would say that, if that was even a thing. But now it's like, hey, you know, as long as I got a song with Nas, or with Jay, or Ghostface, or whatever, I'm suddenly, like, so ill because they, you know, Nas and Jay and Ghostface have anointed me as a successor. That's not how hip-hop works, my dude. You know what I'm saying? This rap shit is not no monarchy. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? The rap shit is like, look, listen, are you nice, period? Because technically, if you're really nice, you should be able to take the crown from Nas and Jay and these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to come in and say like, yo, I'm an artist, I'm dope as fuck. And people go, you know what, you are nice, we fuck with you. It's not, oh, please, you know, this guy says I'm nice. That's weird. So I didn't fucking care for any of that shit that Cordae and Gibbs were spitting. I thought that shit was trash rap, honestly. And Gibbs to me is like, he's still talking about flipping cane, and I was just like, wasn't your dad a cop or some shit? What, you know, what the fuck? Anyway, you know, I think I'll just end it there, man. And I'll say that, look, if you like some of the Nas shit, I'm gonna also obviously link the instrumentals and the names of the songs in the background, because people always ask me, hey, you know, what song is it that you're playing in the background? Well, it's in the description, so check it out. And yeah, that's my overall thoughts, man. I mean, look, listen, it's a nice little joke kind of thing, and it's cool that Nas did it, but you know, the song itself is stiff and boring and soulless, and like, I kind of wish, I don't know, if he went back to Easy Mo B and was just like, hey, you know what, can you just redo it? I don't know. I'm not even sure how you would update it. It was nice the way it was, really. I never really was like, oh, Nas really needs to finish Life is Like a Dice Game. It kind of was finished on its own. Like, it was funny like that. It was just like, sure to make a hit, pace, and then he just left. That's some artist shit. That's some charisma shit, man. Anyway, deuces.